Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos and welcome to Saffron City, where today the Saffron Psychics are going to try and play spoiler to the Trovita Cascade's Trials hopes, as the Cascade are going to start with Politoed and Gyarados, whereas Claydol and Espeon are starting out for the Psychics. Now let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win today, the Saffron Psychics or the Trovita Cascade. Now the Gyarados' Intimidate ability is going to lower the attack stat of Claydol and Espeon, but they are more of a special attack inside. We'll see if that'll actually benefit the Trovita Cascade, but Espeon has that speed advantage on the field and it's going to go with the Kinesis. Gyarados is able to avoid that attack. Now it's going to look to respond. Gyarados is going to go with the Heal Pulse, but Claydol's health is already full, so that move is completely irrelevant to start off this matchup. You get a Mud Slap now coming from Claydol. Goes for Politoed with that move. Now it's not going to do a great deal of damage, but it will lower Politoed's accuracy, so that could be very beneficial to the Saffron Psychics. Politoed's going to go with a Rain Dance. And Politoed's hidden ability is actually Drizzle, so normally it will start to rain just by coming onto the field when we are in Trovita City. As always, this is a 6-on-6 Metronome battle, and if we hit that 20-minute time limit, we will go into single battle overtime. Espeon's going to go with the Spit Up, but that does fail. Gyarados goes with the multi-attack. Has better luck this turn, going for Claydol. Decent hit there onto Claydol as well. Claydol is going to respond with a Hyper Beam though. Always a big move to see. Doesn't actually do as much damage as you might think to Politoed though, who's still in the green. Politoed's going to respond with a Doom Desire. We'll see this move take impact in a couple of turns. Now, Saffron Psychics know they can't make the trials in 4 weeks. So again, they do look to play spoiler to the Trovita Cascade, but they've only won 2 games this season and they are in a 6-game losing streak. As we get an Aurora Beam coming from Espeon, this will hit Gyarados here. Decent hit with that move. Gyarados though has its opportunity to respond now. It goes with the Whirlwind. So it's actually going to send Claydol back to the bench. But don't be confused, Claydol's still in this matchup as Alakazam will come out now for the Saffron Psychics. Get a Strength coming from Politoed. This will target Espeon with that move. Very good hit there, a critical hit actually, onto Espeon, takes it down into the yellow. Alakazam is the quickest off in the field, giving that speed advantage to the Saffron Psychics. As we get a Hydro Cannon coming from Alakazam. Now it's not going to be very effective on the Water Flying type Gyarados, but it does take Gyarados down into the yellow, so it was a decent hit there by Alakazam. Now Espeon's going to go with the Crush Grip. Targets Politoed with that move, gets Politoed into the yellow. Now Gyarados looking to respond to that damage from Alakazam, goes with a double kick. It goes for Espeon. So Espeon takes those 2 kicks. Takes Espeon down into the red. Now Politoed with its opportunity. It goes for the Force Palm now. It's not going to be very effective on the Psychic types. As Espeon's still hanging on there. But Espeon's now going to take that Doom Desire attack. And this will finish Espeon off. And the evolution has been eliminated by that Doom Desire that Politoed set up turns ago. Claydol now coming back out onto the field for the Saffron Psychics. As I said, the Saffron Psychics on a 6-game losing streak, which is the same as what the Lumiose Lightning are currently on, so 2 sides doing very poorly at the moment. As Gyarados sets up its Corrosive Gas, it's going to burn up everyone's Leper Berries. Claydol now, going for its first move since coming back off the bench. Goes with the Gyro Ball. Looks like it's going to target Gyarados with that attack. It's not going to do much damage whatsoever. Gyarados standing very strong. Politoed now goes with the Absorb. Targets Alakazam. You have to think it would have been better to target Claydol there and make it a super effective move. Now that rain from the Rain Dance that Politoed set up turns ago has disappeared. And Alakazam now going with the Charm. Targets Gyarados with that attack, so that's going to lower Gyarados' attack stat. Gyarados has that 125 base attack, so it's a very good play by Alakazam. Gyarados goes with the Forest Curse Stone. It's going to add the Grass type into Claydol. Claydol's going to respond there. Goes with the Rock Wrecker. And it's going to target Gyarados with that move, and it'll finish Gyarados off with that super effective hit. That flying type that Gyarados has been weak to rock type moves, so Gyarados has been eliminated. Politoed's going to respond for its teammate, and it's going to set up a Sky Attack. We'll see that Sky Attack hit in the next turn. Those wings fly up high into the sky. So we're going to have the third Pokemon come out for the Trovita Cascade. And it's Inteleon, the Galarian Water Starter, coming out. Now, Trovita Cascade did lose last week to the Rockies in a very big match. And they were 4th then, but they've slipped down to 7th. They do not want to lose again here today. As Alakazam goes for a Fusion Flare and targets Politoed with that move. Now, it's not very effective. Politoed being resistant to Fire-type attacks. Get a Wood Hammer though, coming from Inteleon. And this will go for Claydol. A very good hit takes Claydol down into the red as Inteleon gets the recoil damage and Claydol has to recharge after that Rock Wrecker. But here comes that Sky Attack and this will finish Claydol off. So Claydol has been eliminated with that super effective move. Remembering that Claydol did have that Grass typing added to it. We now have Starmie coming out for the Saffron Psychics, and Starmie was almost drafted to the Trovita Cascade, but was instead the 3rd draft pick for the Saffron Psychics. Alakazam now is going to go with a Water Shuriken. It hits Politoed once. It's got it twice. It's down in the red now. It's got it 3 times, and it'll only get it 3 times with that signature move of Greninja, who was ineligible for this season of the Elite Challenge League. That Slam attack from Inteleon is avoided by Starmie. The Starmie sets up a Misty Terrain. So this will actually weaken Dragon type attacks and actually prevent anyone from being confused. So if anyone goes for a move like Outrage, they will not be confused at the end of it. Sucker Punch from Politoed is going to fail. Alakazam boosts its stats here with the bulk up. So Alakazam boosting that attack and defense. Inteleon sets up for its turn, and it's going to go with a Mean Look. Targets Starmie with this move here. Now Starmie has its opportunity to respond. It goes with the Scorching Sands. Hits Inteleon with that move, and it actually takes Inteleon down into the yellow. Politoed's going to go with the Guillotine, but Alakazam avoids that one-hit KO move. That could have changed the complexion of this matchup drastically. Alakazam's going with the Shadow Ball. It's going to target Inteleon with this attack. And Inteleon is eliminated by Alakazam. What a hit! So we have down 2 Pokemon on both sides. There are 4 Pokemon remaining for the Psychics and the Cascade. The Starmie goes with a Laser Focus, focusing in on Politoed. You have to think Politoed is the only Pokemon on the side of the Cascade at the moment, and Politoed's going to respond with a Lock On, focusing in here on Starmie. So if Politoed goes for a one-hit KO move on the next turn, you have to think that's going to connect. There's the 4th Pokemon coming out for the Trovita Cascade, and it's Kingdra, a Water Dragon type, and as I said before, that Misty Terrain is going to lower the effectiveness of Dragon type attacks. Dragonite, speaking of Dragon type Pokemon, but Alakazam goes with a Head Smash. This is going to finish Politoed off. So that's the 3rd Pokemon down now for the Trovita Cascade as the Saffron Psychics take the lead. Starmie has his chance to focus in on Kingdra, and it goes with a Petal Dance. A very good hit there onto Kingdra. A critical hit takes Kingdra down into the yellow. Now, Petal Dance is the type of move that goes for a number of turns and does leave the Pokemon confused at the end, but remember that Misty Terrain is there. As Kingdra goes with the Morning Sun, so it's going to restore some of that health it just lost from Starmie's Petal Dance. A very good play there by Kingdra. We're going to have the 5th Pokemon now coming out for the Trovita Cascade. And it's Klawitza coming out. Now, as I said, the Trovita Cascade is sitting 7th. They want a victory today. They want to try and lock up their spot in the top 8. They want to be in the trials. In 4 weeks' time, they've worked very hard to get into this top 8 after a very slow start to the season. We've got a Scold coming from Alakazam targeting Kingdra now. It's not very effective, but Starmie's Petal Dance is going to continue. And it goes for Kingdra again, taking Kingdra back down into the yellow. Kingdra is going to respond and goes with a Gunk Shot. It hits Starmie with that attack. A very impressive hit on Starmie there, taking Starmie down into the yellow. Trovita is going to follow it up and goes with a Water Pulse, so it's going to get that stab boost being a Water type. But Starmie, who's also a Water type, even though not very effective, is taken down into the red. And that Misty Terrain will disappear from the battlefield. But it looks like Starmie's Petal Dance was already over, so it won't be confused. And Alakazam now goes with the Scratch. And hits Kingdra with the Scratch attack. And Kingdra is taken down into the red. Starmie could finish it off here. Instead, it's going to throw the Toxic at Trovita, so Trovita is going to be left poisoned. It's going to be taking damage in between turns. Kingdra now goes with the Power Trick. So Kingdra will switch its attack and defense, which are actually the same. They're both 95. So Trovita goes with the Cut. Goes for Starmie here, and it will get the elimination. Starmie has been taken down. So we're all leveled up on the battlefield again as Trovita takes damage from that poisoning. Now that Toxic Poison will get worse every turn as Gallade comes out now for the Saffron Psychics. Alakazam still with that speed advantage. It is the quickest Pokemon on the side of the Saffron Psychics, and it uses Splash. Now, nothing's going to happen, but you have to wonder if it's making a mockery of Gyarados. Now, Kingdra sets up an Aqua Ring. It's going to be restoring some health in between turns. Now, Gallade, Psychic Fighting type. Going to go with the Floral Healing. This is going to benefit the Trovita Cascade, as Trovita's going to have its health restored thanks to that Floral Healing. Now, there wasn't much health for Trovita to have restored, but not a very good move there by Gallade. Trovita's going to set up a Solar Blade now. We'll see it absorb Light in this turn. That Solar Blade is going to connect in the next turn. As Kingdra restores some health thanks to that Aqua Ring, and Trovita loses some health thanks to that poisoning. Alakazam goes with the Leaf Storm. This is going to be super effective. And it goes for Trovita, and a huge hit takes Trovita down with that super effective move. Now Alakazam's special attack will be lowered, but special attack's 135, so it's very strong. Kingdra by itself on the field at the moment goes for a Perish Song, so everybody on the field who hears this song, which is Alakazam, Gallade, and Kingdra, will be eliminated in 3 turns. If they're not eliminated before that, of course. Now Gallade is going to use a charge. Gallade boosts special defense here. As Kingdra restores a little bit more health thanks to that Aqua Ring. It'll get it back into the yellow as everyone's Perish count does fall to 3. Last Pokemon now coming out for the Trovita Cascade. And it's amazing to think that the Saffron Psychics have the advantage at the moment as Vaporeon comes out. Now we did see an evolution on the side of the Psychics to start this matchup off, and we now have an evolution on the side of the Cascade. Alakazam's going to go with the Slack Off. It's going to restore its own health here. Taking itself back up to 100%, and I cannot believe that Alakazam is at full strength after being in this battle, coming up on over 10 minutes. Now Kingdra hits Alakazam with a super effective move, which will take Alakazam almost down to the yellow, but Gallade sets up a double team now, so it's going to boost its evasiveness. Vaporeon's going to go for its first move of the matchup. And it's going to go with a Strength. Targets Gallade with this attack. Very good hit there onto Gallade. As Kingdra again restores more health. Kingdra, Gallade, and Alakazam, their perish count all falls to 2. They've got 2 turns left in this matchup at a maximum, unless they go back to the bench, but no one on the side of the Trovita Cascade has a bench to go to at the moment. As Alakazam is going to use Acrobatics, and this will get the elimination on Kingdra, so Kingdra will not hear the end of that perish song. Instead, Alakazam takes it out. Alakazam having a very strong performance here today. Nikolai goes with the Magic Coat as Vaporeon is the only Pokemon remaining for the Trovita Cascade. Vaporeon's going to go with the Fake Out, but that will fail as Alakazam and Gallade's perish counts fall to 1. They have 1 turn left in this matchup, and if they get eliminated before Vaporeon, this will change the entire complexion because it will then become a 1v1 battle. Alakazam's going to go with the Noble Roar, so it doesn't go for the offensive type of move. Vaporeon's attack and special attack do get lowered thanks to that Noble Roar from Alakazam. Gallade is going to go with the Leaf Blade. This will be super effective. And a massive hit onto Vaporeon takes it down into the red. Vaporeon's still hanging on though. Vaporeon's going to set up its own Aqua Ring, similar to what Kingdra did. It will be restoring health in between turns, which means Alakazam and Gallade's perish count is going to fall to 0 as Vaporeon's health gets back into the yellow. But Alakazam has finally been eliminated and Gallade also falls with its teammate. Which means the Saffron Psychics are sending out their last Pokemon, which is Slowbro. It'll now be Slowbro versus Vaporeon to determine the winner of this matchup. Vaporeon goes with the Teeter Dance. This is going to leave Slowbro confused. Slowbro is able to shake off its confusion. It has the health advantage at the moment as it goes with the Flatter, and we get our 3-minute warning. Now Vaporeon's special attack will get a boost, but now Vaporeon's also confused. So both Pokemon on the field right now are confused. So Vaporeon gets a little bit more health restored thanks to that Aqua Ring. Vaporeon going first. It's able to shake off its confusion. And it goes to the light screen. So Trovita Cascade now stronger against special type moves, which is what the Saffron Psychics specialize in. But it doesn't matter because Slowbro couldn't shake off its confusion and does hit itself. Vaporeon's Aqua Ring still continuing. Now this time Vaporeon couldn't shake off its confusion and it does hurt itself. Slowbro could capitalize here. Slowbro does not hit itself like Vaporeon did. As we get our 2-minute warning, but Slowbro is going for the dual wing beat, hits the first one, hits the second one, and Slowbro gets the victory for the Saffron Psychics. They are trying to play spoiler for the Trovita Cascade. So Trovita Cascade have lost 2 games in a row, and that is not what they need this close to the trials. But this was a very methodical match, very back and forth. It seemed like no one had a great advantage, but Alakazam was a very big consistent for the Saffron Psychics throughout this matchup, doing very well to help their side get the victory today. But again, Saffron Psychics know they can't make the trials in forwards, so they are just playing spoiler to other teams, and next week they're going to look to do that to the Cinnabar Flare when they host them in Saffron City. I look forward to that matchup because the Cinnabar Flare have built some amazing consistency. We'll see if the Saffron Psychics can stop that. Whereas the Trovita Cascade have hit a bit of a wall. Hopefully they haven't fallen out of the 8 with this loss, but next week they're going to go to Goldenrod City and take on the Goldenrod Giants. And the Giants have been trying to get into the top 8, so those 2 sides will have a big task ahead of both of them with a lot to prove. But again, Alakazam, very consistent, massive hit there on Clawitza. Got some very good eliminations, and also lasted so long in this matchup. Even taking down Kingdra, the Water Dragon type. Sadly for the Trovita Cascade, they've worked so hard to get into the top 8, they may not be there at the end of this round. That perish count having a big impact did benefit to Trovita Cascade, but couldn't get him there, and Slowbro gets the win for the Psychics. But Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. And if you enjoyed what you saw, leave a like, share, subscribe. But more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will speak to you next time.